All right, so I think we are all ready to go. Welcome, everyone. My name is Geo Brandon, and you are watching the Geo Show. And it's the show where we travel around the world and we take you along with us. This year's virtual expedition, we're traveling to Central America. And currently, where are we?
In Mexico City.
Yeah. Okay, so we're in Mexico City today. Are you guys excited?
Of course.
How about everyone? Are you guys excited? All right, so I'm in a 5th grade classroom in Mexico City, and today they're going to share with you a lot, actually, about Mexican culture, and who better to ask than these guys. So before we get started, I do want to introduce our classrooms that are in the show with us. So if we can get someone to introduce your classroom, let's go over to Eli's classroom first in Arkansas. You may have to unmute him too, Kels.
Hey, Lana, you want to tell us what, introduce our class?
Yep, go ahead.
Go ahead. Why you? You're in the front row. Why not? Okay, I'll introduce our class. My name's Mr. Eford. Our students are behind us. We are from Springdale, Arkansas.
Okay, so if you guys, we can't see you, so if you'll turn on your camera, if it's off, and that'd be great. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started with our talk today. So if you are outside of the participating classrooms, so if you're not our guest classroom for Arkansas, or we have a couple more that should be joining in, you can send in your questions live at Twitter. Just use the hashtag GeoShow. So that's hashtag GeoShow right there. And we'll ask your live questions. If you do not have access to Twitter at your school, or you just don't know how to use Twitter, you can type it in the chat on your Zoom window, and we'll let Kelsey relay those questions to us. Okay, so without further ado, if we're going to go ahead and start our first Kahoot, and so if you're following along on Kahoot, you can vote on what we're going to talk about first. So I just want to ask a couple of open questions. We had some questions submitted, and we wanted to ask you guys. So what is your favorite part about Mexico? What's your favorite thing about Mexico?
The holidays.
The holidays?
Yep.
Okay. And I know we had some questions submitted about this. What, in your opinion, what is the most famous holiday or the most popular holiday in Mexico?
The Day of the Dead.
The Day of the Dead. All right. So hopefully we're going to get to that a little bit more in the show. And without further ado, do we have any answers on Kahoot? Okay. So we have about 6 seconds left on Kahoot. And our winning topic is music. So we're going to talk first about what?
Music.
Music. What are we going to talk about?
Music.
Music. Of course, everyone loves it. Do you guys know who Taylor Swift is?
Yes.
Do you like Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
All right. We had that question submitted too. All right. So if we can get our music group to come up here. All right. So thank you guys. All right. So we don't have. All right, so while they're coming up, remember to submit your questions via hashtag GeoShow, and I'll read those off after these guys finish their presentation. Okay, you ready? Who's going first?
Hi! Mexican music is so popular because it has a lot of instruments, like guitars, violins, and other instruments.
So you can continue.
Mexican music is not only popular in the north of Mexico, it is also common in the United States. Mexican music is very popular in rural and urban areas.
Mariachi music. When you think of Mexican music, the first thing that comes to your mind is the mariachi music, because it's the typical music of Mexico. This group is originally from Mexico, and they always use at least two trumpets, two violins, one Spanish guitar, one Spanish guitar, one vihuela, and one guitarrón. But sometimes there are more than 20 musicians.
The ranchera music. The ranchera comes from a Mexican ranch. It connects the traditional themes of love, nature, and patriotism. Their form is with an instrumental introduction, with verse and refrain in the middle.
Corrido. Corrido is a very typical music in Mexico. It has three qualities: lyric, epic, and narrative. The narrative character is narrated in third person or first person. The epic is the thing that relates the death of the protagonist, and the lyric is the thing that relates the Mexican music.
La bamba. La bamba is a son jarocho. A son jarocho is a Mexican type of music that comes from a Mexican state named Veracruz.
Instruments. The güiro. The güiro is a typical instrument in Mexico, but it comes from Puerto Rico. This instrument is often played by a singer, and it what are you doing? It's often played by a singer. Okay. Then is marimba. The marimba is a percussion instrument. It's made of wooden bars and mallets. Another time.
It's okay. You
We
can
continue? Yeah. Okay. And mallets. This instrument was used by the Aztecs, like the huehuetl. The huehuetl is a drum, and to make a drum, they use tree trunks. And to make the base of the drum, they use animal skins. Now we're gonna play the instruments.
Okay. So this is the drum, correct? Yeah. Okay. And what's the name again?
Huehuetl.
This is the huehuetl.
Huehuetl.
Okay. All right. So whenever you guys are ready.
It's yours. Oh, it's yours. It's yours. I know. Now?
Okay. And this is a tree trunk. What is this top made of? Do you know?
Not really.
It was made of animal skin.
Okay, so animal skin. So animal skin top and a tree trunk for the base.
This is the marimba. Is a wooden bars instrument.
Okay.
All right, good job.
And this is the güiro.
All right.
Okay, now Mauricio will play the violin.
All right. Good job. So everyone give him a round of applause.
The song is called Cielito Lindo, and it's a very famous song in Mexico and all around the world.
All right. And so right now, I'm having troubles connecting with Twitter. So if you have any questions from outside, just send them in the chat. Hopefully it'll reboot pretty shortly. And we're going to go to our classroom. I saw Mrs. Birkin's class connect. So we're going to go over to Georgia. And if you guys have any questions about Mexican music, we're going to send it over to you now. Can someone stay up here to help? I'm going to ask you a question.
Anybody have a question about Mexican music? Zoe, come up here. Come up here.
What type of technology do you got?
Okay.
Yes.
Can you go back and turn it down? Okay. So this is non-music. So what kind of technology do you guys use? And I'm going to assume school. So do you use any technology in school?
We use iPads and computers.
You use iPads? Cool. All right. And Chromebooks too?
And screens.
All right.
And
we saw some people this morning. What were they doing in the computer lab? This is a different class, but they were playing with robots. Do you have a robot class?
no.
I think it's like an extra class that they're implementing now. So coding. All right, and we're gonna go to a question that was submitted. Okay, so fifth graders in Minnesota. Do you use these instruments in school?
Yeah.
Yes, in music class.
In music.
Okay, and how often do you have music class?
Once a week.
Once a week? And what instrument do you play?
Bateria.
So,
Piano.
okay, so a lot. They play a lot of instruments. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and transition to another presentation. And so I'm also going to, while we do that, you can vote on Kahoots. We're going to start that now. And can I ask you, what is your favorite kind of music? Oh, okay, that was a close one. Okay, sweet foods. So can we get our sweet foods group to come up here? And while we wait for them, we're going to ask another question from our chat. All right, guys, sweet food. No more? Okay, let's head over to our class in Arkansas. So, do you guys have a question over in Arkansas? They're going to ask a general question. So, sweet food group, come up here. And so we're gonna let them ask you a question. Is that okay?
You want the question?
And what's your name?
Emiliano Tamayo.
And how old are you?
12 years.
12 years old. Okay. All right. You guys can go ahead if you have a question.
Sweet food, you said? Sweet food? Yeah. Okay. Question about sweet food. All right, Billy. You can ask from there. All right. Get it, Billy.
What is a churro?
Can you answer that question? What is a churro?
Oh, yes. It's like a bread, but it's like a line with many sugar, and some people eat it. There are many things they put. They put sometimes candies and something like that for eating them.
Okay. And if you can only have one Mexican sweet food, what would it be?
The dye bread.
The Day of the Dead bread? Oh, cool. All right. So, you guys, you're up. Can I get one of you to come?
The dead bread. It's a bread that it's eaten in the day of the day of the
This is the dead bread?
yes. Oh, this is the dead bread. This is the dead bread. It is a bread that has bones.
Can you go show the camera? All right. And when do you eat this bread?
We eat it in November and in November.
In November, the Day of the Dead?
Yes.
Okay. And do you make this at home?
No, Diego made them because his mother has a bakery.
Bakery. Ooh, I want to try one of these later.
Oh. It's supposed to be bones. This part.
Okay. All right. And so we're going to open it up. If you have any questions about Day of the Dead or Day of the Dead bread, you can send them in to us. And let's shoot it over. Is our class from Texas here? No? Okay, let's go back to Georgia. Do you guys have a question about Day of the Dead or Day of the Dead bread?
How do you make the bread?
Okay. So how do you make it? Do you make it with hands or?
Yes. With the hand.
Okay. So do you make one piece and then make two pieces to make the bones?
No, you just it's the same.
It's the same. So you have like a pan, a special pan.
No.
Oh. Okay. So it looks like you shape it with your hands, and so like I'll get it so you can see again. All right. So great, guys. And do we have any questions on the chat about Day of the Dead? Okay, how do we celebrate the Day of the Dead?
We celebrate putting a photo of a person that is dead that you love very much, and you put fire candles and cempasúchil and the food that he likes.
All right. And you want to add anything?
and the candy school.
Okay. Do you want to talk about it?
Oh, yes. The sugar skulls are candies that are eaten in November 2, the Day of the Dead, and that's all.
Okay. So Tracy wants to know, why is it called Day of the Dead?
Because you celebrate the person that are dead.
Okay, so we learned from traveling in Korea and other places. It's a way of respecting your ancestors, right? That are dead. Okay, so yeah, it looks a lot like, I think a lot of people get it mistaken for Halloween because people dress up, right?
No, in the Day of the Dead, you don't dress up.
Oh, okay, so I'm wrong. So you don't dress up. Okay. Do you have? Where's the biggest? Do you have like a parade during the Day of the Dead, or is it like a family celebration?
It's a family celebration.
Okay, so you do it with your family at home.
Yes.
Okay, so thanks a lot, and let's go ahead, and because we are running out of time, we got a lot to go over. So let's go back to Kahoot. We'll choose another topic and answer some more general questions. Okay, you turn it down. All right, thanks, guys. No, 37. So, all right. So the winning topic next is archaeological sites. So if you guys come up. All right, while they come up, I forgot to show off my t-shirt again. If this is your first time ever joining one of our programs, we're called GeoShow, our 12-week virtual expedition. If you're enjoying this show, we're going to talk a lot more about Mexican culture next week, where we have a series. We're doing multiple virtual field trips next Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You can check us out at geoshow.tv. Okay, you guys ready? Okay, go ahead.
Mexican archaeological sites. Teotihuacan. Teotihuacan is one of the most famous archaeological sites in Mexico. It has a lot of pyramids, like the Sun Pyramid and the Moon Pyramid. Chichen Itza. Chichen Itza is located in Chiapas, and in Chichen Itza there's a sculpture named the Chacmul, where the Aztec civilization made sacrificial offerings for the gods. And Palenque. Palenque is located too in Chiapas, and they're very beautiful, but it's very little compared to the other sites.
Okay, good job. So if I can only go to one archaeological site in all of Mexico, which one should I go to?
Chichen Itza,
Why?
because it's beautiful.
Because it's beautiful. Is this the one with at the equinox, the serpent?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to talk about that?
Oh, yes. There's a video.
It's not gonna play.
It shows the.
Okay, so I'll send it to our classrooms afterwards. So there's a really good video that shows the pyramid at the equinox and what happens.
It looks like a serpent going down, and down there's the head of a serpent.
Right. So the way that the light hits the temple, it lines up perfectly to where it's a perfect line coming all the way down to the head of a serpent, and it looks like he's crawling down the pyramid. It's really cool and really amazing how they could build such a site that interacted with nature like this. So awesome. Thank you. All right. So let's ask some questions, and let's go ahead and head over to our class in Arkansas. Do you guys have any questions about archaeological sites or any general questions about Mexico?
Manny, question.
What do you guys like to play over there?
Oh, what kind of, I would assume, games do they like to play?
Okay, so they froze for a second. So what kind of games? So who knows about some games? Okay, so what kind of games do you guys like to play? Let's start at school during your rec time. What do you play?
Sometimes we play soccer or football or basketball.
Okay. And do you have any card games you play? Do you play card games?
No.
All right. What about, does anyone else have a favorite game?
I like to play with cards. There's a game called Viuda where people usually bet. It's with cards.
Okay. All right. And one more?
We play hide and seek.
What is that?
It's like you need to hide, and another one is counting, and then when he finishes to count, he needs to find you. No. What?
Do you have cheerleaders?
No.
Okay. All right. And can I get, you want to come over here? I have a question that was submitted earlier. Yeah, both of you guys, because you look great. Okay. So I had a question that was submitted earlier, and so we have a student that wants to know, what does Cinco de Mayo mean? What is Cinco de Mayo?
Can you repeat it, please?
What is Cinco de Mayo?
It's the day of the what? The Battle of Puebla.
Okay. The Battle of Puebla. And what do you do to celebrate here in Mexico?
We put like clothes of warriors that fight in that battle.
Okay. So they wear clothing of the warriors that fought in the battle. So it's a celebration of a big battle. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and vote for our next topic. So let's shoot it back to Kahoot. So go ahead and look down at your device and get ready to vote. Okay, what is it? Dance. All right, dance group, come up here. And can I get a volunteer while we wait to come up here? Okay, while our guys get set up here, I have a question this was submitted earlier by Christina from Spain. and she wants to know, what are the most popular kinds of music in Mexico?
The most popular are mariachi.
Mariachi, traditional. And then is there any, who's your favorite mariachi band? Do you have one?
No.
No. Okay, who's your favorite modern Mexican singer?
I don't know. I don't have one.
You don't have one?
No.
What's your favorite kind of music?
I don't know. Like it's don't Mexican music. My favorite.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. Does anyone else have a favorite one? Okay. They would like to know. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Well, I know a singer that is named Enrique Iglesias.
Oh, yeah, he's famous, even in the U.S. Okay. And one more, and then our dancers look like they're ready to go.
We love pop.
You like pop? Okay, what kind of pop?
Like Katy Perry, Ariana Grande.
Katy Perry. Do you guys like Taylor Swift?
Yes.
Everyone does. Okay. And what else? Who else do you like?
Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars?
Yeah.
Okay, we learned today they were teaching Bruno Mars in a music class when we went to visit a music class.
They were playing Uptown Funk.
Uptown Funk. All right. So if you like Uptown Funk, give me a thumbs up. All right. So we're going to go ahead, and our guys are coming up to dance. And we did, while we were waiting for them to come, I had another question that was submitted. Who else wants to answer a question? Yeah, come on. Yeah, come on. All right, these girls, they like being in the spotlight. Okay, I'm going to ask you two questions. Okay. First, do you know how to dab?
How to dab? What?
Dab.
What's that?
All right. Have you ever seen the football players?
Oh, yes.
You know what it is? Can you do it? Come here. All right. So we had a question that said, do they know how to dab?
Yeah.
All right. Show us. I want to see how. All right. Good job. And all right, girls, come back. Okay. All right. And before, I'm going to ask you two questions. One, what's a popular kind of dance in Mexico?
Well, we have all kinds of dance, but they are going to be dancing
La danza del
La
viejito.
danza del viejito.
Okay, so they're going to show us that dance. And my second question I had in that they wanted to know about U.S. dances was, do you know how to whip
Yes.
in Nene?
Yes.
Can you do it?
Mm,
You don't know?
I know, but I don't want to do it.
Okay.
I don't know. But
No? All right. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Whip. Nene. All right. Good job. So today we're here to learn about Mexican dances, and we have our group ready to go now. And they're going to tell us about Mexican dances. So if you have questions, send them in on the chat, and we'll pick some out after they finish. So do you guys have anything to say about it, or are you just going to perform it? Perform it? Okay, they're going to just perform it first. Okay? Okay, they're going to go. They're just going to go. Okay? You guys ready? You can tell me about it afterwards. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Come here. Oh, wow. I'll let them catch their breath. So come up here. Okay, can you tell us again, real clearly into the microphone, what was the name of that dance?
The old man dance.
The old man dance. And how do you say that in Spanish?
Say it again.
Okay, say it again.
Viejito.
All right. And do you have another dance to show us, or are you going to talk to us about it? Okay.
Mexican dances were created by Mayas and Aztecs to please their gods. There are a lot of Mexican dances like the jarabe tapatito, la danza del venado, and la danza del viejito. Also, their effect to the costumes of the region, and also they danced to the gods a long time ago, and their culture, the Mexican people a long time ago they danced to the gods, and that's all.
Many Mexican families dance to their culture. They use clothes to dance to their gods.
All right. Thank you, guys. So a big round of applause for our dancers. And stay up here, guys. We're going to answer a couple questions first. So let's send it over to Georgia first, and see if Sarah's class has a question for us.
Do you regularly dance in class at all, or have any things like that where you dance a lot? Did you hear that?
Yeah, we had our speakers turned down. So do you dance in school? Was that the question?
Yes.
Okay, so do you guys learn how to dance in school?
No, we no dance.
No? Okay, so do you dance do you have school festivals that you dance at?
Yes, the family day.
And when is that day?
Oh, when the teacher said.
So they have that special day when the teachers say so. And okay, so we have another question from our chat. So do you guys celebrate holidays at school? So for example, do you celebrate Day at Dead at school? Do you celebrate Christmas at school?
Yes.
And what is your favorite holiday to celebrate?
Here in the school?
Yes.
The Day of the Dead.
Day of the Dead. Why?
Oh, because I like the chocolate and the bread of the dead. It's very cool. Yes.
Of course, they like chocolate. And what about yours? What is your favorite day to celebrate at school?
The Day of the Dead.
Same, because of chocolate? Everyone. Okay, do we have another question? Okay, so we have a question. What is the most popular religion in Mexico? Do you want to answer? Okay, what's the most popular religion here in Mexico?
Roman Catholic.
Okay, Roman Catholic. And who was just here to visit?
The Pope.
The Pope. And were you excited?
Yes.
Yeah. Did anyone here see the Pope in person? Did you? No? Like a parade?
Yes.
Tell me, we want to know. Did you see the Pope?
Yes, and he touched me.
He touched you? No way.
Yes.
Was it exciting?
Yes.
All right. That's cool. That's awesome. Thanks, guys. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and shoot it back to you guys, and you're going to choose our next topic. Keep sending in those questions, and we'll get to them. We're going to try to finish all our groups, and we're here we can go over to answer your questions a little bit if you have time to stay around. If not, then we're going to try to get through as much of the presentations as we can for you guys. Okay, crafts. Let's get our craft group to come up. So this is a reminder with our students. They worked really hard to put together these presentations and their slideshows. Some of the pictures are kind of small. I'll send them to you teachers later on this afternoon when we get back to a place where we can get that done and where you can blow up the pictures and you guys can look at them more closely if you can't see them well. Okay? Your own.
Okay, we're gonna start with crafts. We're gonna start with a really popular craft called huichol. It's a wood base with beads on top, many colorful beads, and well, I brought one, so
Okay, and what is that?
it's a turtle with signs. All these little beads mean something. There's a symbol called Path of Life that's represented by the guide Kayaumari, and it's represented by curved lines. So these curved lines mean the path of life.
Ooh, that's pretty.
And they're made in Puebla. Now we're gonna talk about alebrijes.
The alebrijes are like a handmade toy made out of wood. It's it's a fantastic creature, but mostly it's a mixed animals.
You want to show the examples after? Okay.
Show the alebrije.
Here, you want to talk about it? I'll show it up close.
It's like a cat, and I don't know what.
And traditionally, can they make big ones?
Yes,
And what do they make the big ones out of?
wood.
Like paper mache, right?
Yes, paper mache.
Paper mache.
You turn it.
Now we're gonna talk about talaveras. This sign it's like a talavera design. They're made in Puebla. They're the most popular ceramic pots in Mexico, and they were first made in Mesopotamia and Egypt. Then they went down to China and they became really popular, and then they went all the way to Mexico. Yeah,
All right.
that's it.
Okay. All right. So, do you guys have any questions about any of these crafts? So, the ones made with the beads. What were these called again?
Huichol.
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 And where's the cat back here?
Oh, it's a alebrije.
Alejibre. And we saw these yesterday at the museum. Right. And this one is called?
Talavera.
Okay. Okay. Do you make any of these here at school?
Every year at art class, we make an alebrije made of clay, and we paint it. And that's like the only thing we do of Mexican crafts.
Okay. And do you ever make any at home?
No.
That's okay. All right. And any more on the chat?
How long does it take to make the craft? The cat or the turtle? How long does it take to make the turtle?
How long does it take? It could take days because you have to it's like a thread. So they have to be like putting all the beads together, and it's a little bit difficult.
Right. So it's really difficult to see here, but these are really, really tiny beads, and the entire turtle is covered with them. It's really beautiful. All right. And let's send it over to our class in Arkansas, and let's see if they have any questions about crafts or Mexico in general.
Jesus. Speak loud enough.
Do you guys only eat tacos every day?
Do you eat tacos every day?
No. We never eat tacos.
You never eat tacos?
No.
What? Okay, so one person says she never eats tacos, and I wish all of you could have seen the faces of everyone else because they were like, "What?" Okay, so do you guys eat tacos? Yes, I love tacos. So I want to talk about this because tacos in the U.S. a lot of times they're made with flour tortillas. Are they made with flour tortillas here?
No.
Like traditional? No. And how many tortillas should you use with a taco? One? Okay. Or did sometimes you use two?
No, sometimes it comes with two, but like always.
Okay. Well, you have to have at least one. Sometimes it's served with two. All right. I like it when it's served with two. 'Cause that way you can hold it and it doesn't get all over your hand. All right. That's me. Okay. So do we have another question on our chat? Okay. What's the weather like today? How would you describe the weather?
Sunny.
Sunny. And this time of year, is it common to be sunny weather?
Nope. It's cold. It's cold. It's cold.
Okay, so what are the... Oh, it's snowing right now in Chicago. Oh, we did have this question earlier. Does it ever snow in Mexico?
No.
No?
Well, like in the volcanoes and the mountains.
Okay, so at really, really high elevations, it can snow in the mountains. All right. And what about seasons? How many seasons do you have here in Mexico?
4.
4 seasons. And what season is it now?
Winter.
Winter. So right now it's winter, but do you know how hot it is right now? It's like 80 degrees. This is their winter. All right. And do you have a rainy season?
Yes.
When does the rainy season start?
Like in September.
In
Usually rains in September.
Okay. And is it like rain? Does it rain every day then? Or just every couple of days?
Every couple of days.
Okay. Okay. What is cold here? What do you consider really cold?
4 degrees.
4 degrees. 4 degrees?
Like 7.
7 degrees Celsius. Okay. And you'll have to convert that at home. 50-ish? Okay. So I can't do it off the top of my head. All right. Thanks, guys. And we're going to go ahead and shoot it over because we're going to get in towards the end here and go back to Kahoot and choose the next topic. So go ahead and do that. Is that it? Oh, because I couldn't repeat them. Okay, so which group haven't we done yet? Food, savory food. Okay, so great. We're talking about tacos. So we have a group here ready to present about tacos and other awesome Mexican food. So we're going to do that now. Again, go ahead and shoot in your questions to the chat. We'll try to get to them. Also, okay, we're going to ask some school questions. Also, if you are not joining us already, follow us along. Hey, guys. Follow us along at GeoShow.tv. I took a school tour here earlier on Periscope. So we did a live broadcast with another classroom. So you can go watch that replay and all sorts of other cool information. I've taken 360 photos here at the school. So you'll be able to, if you have Google Cardboard, you can check it out. So all that stuff at geoshow.tv. And are you guys ready? Okay, Mexican food is wonderful, so I'm excited about this segment. Okay, you may have to come over here to speak.
Corn is a staple food in Mexico. We use it for many of our most popular dishes like tortilla and esquites.
Esquites are also known as vasito de elote. This is a Mexican antojito. That means it's a snack. You can eat them with some mayonnaise, cheese, and chili. They are cooked in broth with some espazote. That is a herb. And now we're gonna show you how to do them. So it's a sign. That is. Antojito is like if it's a snack. Now we're gonna show you how to prepare the esquites.
First, we need to have some corn and then put some mayonnaise if you want on top of them. And then you can put some salt and chili. And then you can eat them.
Tortilla is a soft, thin, and round flatbread. Some of its uses are in tacos.
Tacos are a tortilla with some filling that it can be pork, chicken, cheese, or some vegetables. Then you fold them or you can roll them. Now we're gonna show you how to do some tacos.
Mariola and Regina are going to fold them and I'm going to roll my taco.
Okay, so right now you're taking the tortilla and you're putting
Some chorizo,
chorizo. What is chorizo?
like meat of pork meat.
Okay, so pork, sausage, pork meat. And so you have different kinds of meat. So you're going to choose what kind of meat you want first.
Here we are gonna see what
And here is Tina.
Okay.
And chuleta.
chuleta.
And chuleta.
It's some chuleta.
And what is chuleta?
Like
Like a different part of the pig.
Yeah.
So it's a different part of pork. Okay.
So now we have here one taco. You just do like this, and it's already.
It won't go any further.
If you roll the taco, you have to fry it.
So you fry it.
So you fry it, and
Here.
here's the taco that I just made.
And
here
here
is
is
already prepared a taco.
Okay.
A taco
That
already
is
prepared.
that have to be like if it's already if you roll it like this, you have to fry.
To fry it with a pan.
Like that's how we do it here in Mexico.
Okay, so they said either you put your meat and your fixings in the taco and you just fold it in your hand, or you can roll it. I'll get closer. So you can roll the taco, but if you roll the taco, then you fry it. So they roll it first and then they fry it. So even though this may not look like it to like a Taco Bell taco, bad. All right, this is how they do them when they roll them up here. Okay, do you guys ever use hard shells? Yeah, they don't even know.
No, we don't even know.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yes.
yes.
Oh,
Like,
and
we
Yes.
never like if you do in homemade, you don't do that. But like in some restaurants, it's like that.
Okay, so she said some restaurants can, but homemade, never. You never do
Oh.
that.
And you can put some cheese in the tacos.
Okay, so they're putting cream and cheese to top off their tacos.
That if you put.
You have to come over here.
Thank you. Like when you put cream or cheese, it's when it's fried and in chicken. We fill it with chicken. If it's not with that, like we do it all like always like only folded.
No, but with meat and some potatoes too.
Okay, so you can fry different things in there, right? So chicken, potatoes, and put some cream and cheese on top of the fried tacos. That looks delicious. I want some later. Okay, and so let's talk about some of these other things, and so we can wrap up. And also, we have pictures of all of these that I'll send to you, and they're all labeled so you can get a nice visual of these types of food as well.
Well, now we have enchiladas and enfrijoladas. Enchiladas are one full tortilla with filling on them, and it can be cheese, meat, or chicken. And it has sauce all over it. And it can be red or green. And the frijoladas are the same, but instead of sauce, they have mashed beans.
Now we are gonna talk about chilaquiles. Chilaquiles are squares of tortilla that are fried, and that is the base of the plate. You can buy them like that in the supermarket. That is the name, totopos, but you can do them here, like homemade. Then you will only add some sauce, that is salsa. You can put green or red. We will show you how to prepare some chilaquiles.
First, you put some totopos in a plate, and then you add some sauce.
To this plate, you can add cream or cheese.
Now we are going to be talking about tamales. Well, tamales are made with corn dough. Well, sweet tamales are made with corn dough, and they have some filling inside. It can be fruit, meat, or chicken. And they are wrapped with banana leaves and steamed.
Okay, do you want to can you describe what is in here?
Well, inside here, inside they have fruit, but they have corn dough around them. And these ones are with banana leaves. Well, are wrapped with banana leaves, and they are savory. This is inside,
Like that is the inside.
Oh, the inside.
and that's the outside
And what is the inside made of?
of corn dough.
This time is of corn and chicken. Yes, chicken in red.
Oh, and red sauce.
Okay, so inside.
It's with chicken. Say Pau. How say it?
Oh, it's with chicken,
And wrapped up.
and it's wrapped up with banana leaves.
Okay, so thank you so much. We have plenty of pictures. We'll send those to you later today so you can get nice visuals of each of these types of food. Again, send in your questions. We're going to answer questions about food. We'll do a quick wrap up with, I want to see if you guys can sing us the national anthem. And after that, we can stay on for longer and answer any questions that you have completely open for Q&A. All right? So do we have any questions about food? Do you guys have Taco Bell here?
No.
Have you ever eaten at a Taco Bell?
No.
Would you ever eat at a Taco Bell?
No.
Good answer. Okay, and so what is school lunch like here?
We have a lot of foods like fruit, quesadillas, sandwiches, and water, and a lot of things.
So at this school, you don't have a cafeteria. You bring your lunch, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so what's your favorite food to bring for lunch at school?
I think fruit.
Fruit, okay. Sorry. And what did you have for lunch today?
Oh, today I got tacos. I think yes.
Yeah, tacos. And what did you have today?
I had.
You don't remember? Okay, it must have been.
Oh, and for lunch, Yesterday I got a marshmallow with chocolate.
Marshmallow with chocolate. That doesn't sound like a healthy lunch.
No.
All right, so let's go over to our classroom. Okay. Ooh, here's a good question. In traditional Mexican food, are there any? Do you eat any bugs or insects in your food?
Yes.
And what is that called? Do you know?
Grasshoppers.
Grasshoppers. And do you like fry them? Do you put chocolate on them or anything?
Fry them.
Okay, fried grasshoppers. Okay. Let's go over to Sarah's classroom. Do you guys have a question about food?
About food. Okay, Sarah Mark. Come up here. Come up here.
Are there any special like sauces for like all the food?
Okay, do you have any special sauces?
Mole.
Mole. And what is mole?
It's chocolate with some chili.
How many? Do you know? I learned this yesterday. So there's like 7 chilies and chocolate in this one sauce. Good. All right. Okay, do you consider Mexican food spicy?
Yeah.
Yes.
A little bit, but do you like spicy food?
Yes.
Yes, a lot.
Yeah. Okay. And okay. So if we can let's go over to Sarah's class. So I'll ask one question. Oh, they did to Arkansas. And as we're doing that, if we can clear this out, we do have one more presentation if you guys have time for us. And so you want to go ahead and move these back? And while they're doing that, you guys, can I get someone to answer this question?
Steven? Sorry? Oh.
Okay.
Hey, Steven just asked if you guys have Takis. The chip.
What do you think he said? Takis? Do you have turkeys?
Takis.
Takis. Takis? Do you have takis?
Yeah.
I don't even know. What is a taki?
Like a spicy roll with chili.
With chili? Do you like them?
Yes.
Yeah. Should I try one today?
I don't ring.
You didn't bring one for me. Okay, great. And so we're going to get really quick. We're going to transition. We do have one more presentation we left out about painters, famous painters. So I know a lot of people asked about Mexican art. And so if we can get that group to come up. And while they're coming up, can we get the rest of the class? Because I know this was a request. Can you guys sing maybe just one verse or the first part of the Mexican national anthem? Yes? Just stay there. In your seat.
Ready?
One, two, three. Mexicanos al grito de guerra, que la tierra está viento, y siempre en sus centros la tierra, al sol y del cañón.
All right, yay! All right, so painters. All right, so these guys are going to share with us about some famous Mexican painters. Again, we'll send you the photos afterwards, but we do have them to show you now. Okay, who's going to start?
Hi, today we will talk about Fernando Andreachi, Rufino Tamayo, and Pablo Siqueiros. Rufino Tamayo. Rufino Tamayo was a 12th century painter. He was focused on printmaking, paintings, murals, and sculptures. He was influenced out of his home country by many things, like Colombian art.
Some of his most famous paintings are La Noche y el Día, Perro y Luna, Caballo y León, Dos Perros, and more. He was famous because he created maxiography. That is a type of art that you use plastic and some things like that.
David Alfaro Siqueiros. David Alfaro Siqueiros was born in Chihuahua, Mexico. He in 1922 he painted on the walls of the National Preparatory School. He was a painter and a muralist. His most noticeable paintings and murals are at the National Autonomous University in Mexico City. He has three names of the paintings and in the National University School in Mexico City are El Pueblo, la Universidad, la Universidad del Pueblo, por una cultura nacional humanista de profundidad nacional. Another one is named Las fechas de la historia de México. The other one doesn't have a name because it was Siqueiros leave it incomplete. And there is an example of a painting of the traditional fresco painting technique. That was the one that he used. It's named Por una seguridad completa.
Fernando Andreachi. He lives in Oaxaca like a painter, and he makes sculptures with bronze. In a period of time, Fernando Toledo was his teacher. His paintings are inspired of Rufino Tamayo and Fernando Toledo. His paintings are about children making things. I have a photo of a painting here.
What is the name of this painting?
Oh. It don't have name because Andreachi make it to us before he was famous.
Okay, thank you guys. So we're going to answer any questions you guys have now about Mexican painters or anything about Mexico. We have about, I think, 10 minutes or so that our class here is available for questions. So again, we'll open them up to anything we talked about today or painters that you guys know.
Who is the most famous Mexican painter?
Okay, who do you think is the most famous, the #1 painter from Mexico?
Diego Rivera.
What did he do?
He paint many things and he made sculptures.
Okay.
Little paintings or big ones?
Yes, and he make murals and big paintings.
Okay, so big murals. And I think we saw some yesterday, and they were quite beautiful. What was the event? What happened here in 1985? Who remembers?
There was a earthquake of magnitude of 8.1.
Right, so they had a big earthquake, and some of his murals were destroyed, right? Yeah. And they had to save some and cut them out of the buildings. All right, so let's go over to, do we still have our classrooms in the show? All right, so let's go over to Georgia and see if they have a question.
We wanted to know yesterday, what are your hours of school? Like, when do you start? When do you stop? What months do you go to school?
Okay, let's start with day, the school day. When does your school day start? What time?
At what time?
Yes.
7:45 a.m. to 1:45.
1:45. And when is the first day of your school year? So when does your school year start?
Like in August or September.
Okay, August or September. And when does your school year end?
July.
Okay, in July. In July. All right. So August or September until July. And let's go over to Arkansas.
Oh, what about the chupacabra?
Okay, you have to answer this. Is the chupa I can't even say it. All right, is he real?
The chupacabras is not real.
What is it for people that don't know?
It's like a man combined with a goat.
It's a monster that eats goats.
All right, so it's a fictional monster that eats goats, and they say it is not real, no matter what you've heard. All right, so do we have any other chat?
What's your favorite soccer team?
Okay, what's your favorite soccer team? All right, let's start with Mexico first, and then international.
Pumas.
Pumas. We went to a Pumas game. Pumas. All right. Okay, what about yours?
Pumas.
Pumas. Pumas. All right. And what about international?
Barcelona.
Barcelona.
All right, you have a favorite soccer player? Messi.
Neymar.
All right. Okay. So we're gonna ask some more questions. Let's get a new group up here. Who has not answered your question? How about it? Does anyone want to? Okay. Only same girls. Okay. Let's go with you two, and then you can be on deck. Okay. You're next. Okay. So we're gonna stay with school. Okay. First, tell your name and what is your favorite subject at school?
My name is Mariel, and my favorite subject is math.
My name is Paula, and my favorite subject is spelling.
Spelling. All right. And do you have a question for any students in the U.S.?
Yes. At what time they start school?
Okay, I heard a lot of reactions from our school in Georgia. So can you guys tell us your school time?
Oh, tell them what time we start school.
I don't know what time do we start school.
7:45.
Plus 7:45.
Yeah, what time do we end?
3:15.
Okay, so it's like they had the same reaction as everyone else had, but I think for different reasons. Okay, so yeah, so their school day is longer. Do you want a longer school day?
No.
Okay,
Sometimes when we are doing fun things.
like extra activities?
Yes.
Okay.
What?
We don't have free time.
Okay, no free time. Okay, what about during recreation time?
Doing what?
Recess.
Oh, we play a lot of ball games, and
We play sometimes hide and seek.
Hide and seek. And I saw you playing dodgeball. Were you playing dodgeball?
yes, we were playing dodgeball at recess with some girls of the other group.
Yeah, they were playing dodgeball today. I saw them playing. Okay. Let's
And sometimes, if you don't do the homework, some girls, some boys go to the library and do it.
Okay. So library time for homework. Okay. Do you take siestas?
In school?
Anytime.
No.
Sometimes. When
So is siesta a big thing in Mexico?
A what?
Is it do people have siestas in Mexico like they do in Spain?
Some persons.
Some people.
Yes. Because some people like to sleep more.
Okay. All right. Okay. Is school free in Mexico?
Like how? In what concept?
Like, do you have public schools in Mexico?
Oh, yes.
Is this a public school?
No.
No.
All right. So we're at a private school today, but they do have public schools. All right. And let's let our next group answer some questions. They wanted to answer some. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go. Can you guys say hello to?
Hello to River Shell Rock Middle School in Iowa.
Iowa. Iowa.
Iowa.
Okay, so thanks for joining, guys. We're glad to have you. And do we have any other questions for our students? I got one. Okay, you got one? All right, you go for it.
You learned some Spanish there.
Okay, so let's pick one of our classrooms. Eli's. Okay, so if you guys have time, do you guys have Spanish class or any other foreign language class?
Not in 6th grade. Not that I know.
Or any time at school?
In high school, in junior high.
Okay, so in the U.S., sometimes maybe 2 years, depends on where you live. Maybe more, maybe less, but not every single year. Do you take English every year?
Yes.
Yes. What are some other subjects you take?
Language, reading, writing, spelling, grammar,
Science,
and
math, and that's it.
That's it. Okay, and I have one for you. Do you guys like homework?
No.
Do you have? Be careful, your teachers over there. Do you have a lot of homework?
A lot.
sometimes. I said sometimes.
Do we have any other questions there?
Oh my God, look at
Okay. So we had some other questions that were submitted before, and so some of them were, what's the most famous place in Mexico? So if someone's to come to Mexico, where should they go?
Chapultepec.
Yes.
Yeah. Anywhere else?
What?
Teotihuacan.
All
To
right.
the beaches.
Okay. So what are you guys learning in math right now?
We're learning like factorization.
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 Yeah.
Do you like fractions and other stuff like that?
Yeah. No, a little bit.
A little bit. All right. Okay. So Rove Junior High. So I don't know. We'll have to see if we can connect you with their. If they want, we have a classroom that would like to practice Spanish. So maybe your Spanish teacher, or in here. So either way. Okay. So right. So maybe you guys can connect with these guys, and you can have a class or a discussion all in Spanish.
Okay.
How cool is that?
Yes. Yeah.
So you get to practice your English, they get to practice their Spanish.
Okay.
Okay, where do you go on vacation?
Like Acapulco, Cancun,
Acapulco, Cancun,
Mérida.
Spain.
Spain. Oh, so we have a lot of students from Spain that are curious about Mexico. Okay.
Okay.
Do you use Google Apps in school?
Yes.
Okay. What do you use the most?
Google Drive.
Google Drive.
Google Drive. Do you like Google Drive?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you submit your homework on Google Drive?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. All right. So yeah. Have you done any other hangouts or anything like that?
Yeah, we do a mystery Skype.
With Skype, Mystery Skype?
Yes.
All right. So maybe you guys have played Mystery Skype. Always a fun game.
Yes.
Okay. Where do you want to visit in the U.S.?
Los Angeles.
Yes, Hollywood, Los Angeles.
Okay, Los Angeles and Hollywood. Okay, any other? All right. Where do you want to visit?
Green Bay.
Green Bay. Why?
Because of the team.
Oh, he likes American football. All right, so he likes the Green Bay Packers. You like Aaron Rodgers? Discount double check? All right. So, do we have, let's go over, is our guys in Arkansas, do you guys have any other questions?
Yes.
Do you guys like Mystery Skypes?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe we can set up a connection with you guys there because they have two fifth grade classrooms. So maybe we can set that up for you guys. And do you want to send over to Arkansas? You're going to ask a question?
Good, man.
Do you guys like to dissect frogs?
Have you dissected frogs in science?
No.
Have you?
Fish.
A fish.
You've done a fish. Anything else?
No.
No. No chicken. Octopus.
No.
Squid.
No.
No.
We can ask them what type of fish.
Cabra.
No.
All right. See if they have another question.
What kind of restaurants do you have?
Okay. What kind of restaurants do you have?
Japanese.
We got Little Caesars.
Little Caesars. All right. So if you check out my field notes at geoshow.tv, actually my day one here, I put up a whole list of U.S. fast food chains and other chains like Little Caesars, Domino's, Pizza Hut that I've seen so far. Subway. Do you like those places?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So they like those. Also, Mexico City's a huge city, right?
Yes.
Right. So all kinds of food. Japanese. We had Korean. All kinds of food here.
Yes.
All right. What is your favorite kind of restaurant to go to?
PF Chang's.
PF Chains. All right. And okay. Up here.
Okay, Jose.
Do you watch any novelas?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know. What is that? Okay. Do you like?
Yes.
Which is your favorite one?
I don't know how to say in English.
Say it in Spanish.
No, I'm just embracing. No.
Okay. Most of their class they can speak to.
Yes. What?
What's your favorite one?
I don't see.
No, you don't? Okay. All right. Do we have any other questions on the chat?
No questions,
Okay,
man.
back to you guys.
Have you guys ever tried American candy before?
KFC. Have you guys tried KFC?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
You like Colonel Sanders?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a question for them? Does anyone else have any questions? Okay, come up here. Come in the back. Okay. What's your question?
What kind of food you eat where you live?
Okay. Well, what kind of food do you guys eat there?
All right, Diana. Yeah, what do you eat? Okay, examples. Bambazo? What do you eat, Jason?
I eat pizza.
Pizza. Do you guys like pizza here?
Yes.
They like- All right, we have one more. We have another question for you guys.
Have you ever eat Mexican food?
Right? Have you eaten Mexican food and do you like it? I'll throw that one in there too. I think
Yes?
I think that's a big yes.
Okay. I think it's really good.
Okay. Okay, we had one in real quick. Do you guys watch any US TV?
Yes.
And do you have a favorite US TV show?
I like all.
I like all.
Like,
I like a lot of them.
All of them? Can you give me an example?
The Vampire Diaries.
Vampire Diaries? I've never seen it.
I'm thinking about
I'm thinking of one.
I'm thinking like
Labrats.
Bretts? The Bretts?
Victorious.
Victorious Iconic.
Victorious.
iCarly.
iCarly.
iCarly? Okay. All right.
Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf? Oh. Okay. And did I see we had another question there?
Who had Angel? Ask it.
Do you like Donald Trump?
That's hilarious. Okay.
What's your favorite subject at school?
Okay. What about you guys? What is your favorite subject?
One at a time. Come on. Math. Priscilla. All of them? Okay. Adriana.
Music.
Diana. Science. Marilyn.
Science.
Daniel.
All over the board.
All right. So we had a lot of different people. So it said science, music, a lot of different ones.
Wait.
All right.
Do you use technology?
Okay. What kind of technology do you guys use in class? Hey, since we brought it up, do you use Google Apps or iPads or anything like that?
Okay, do we use Google Apps and iPads?
All right. So they use a lot of technology too. Okay. All right. So sorry. I know you guys have lots more questions. They have to make it to another class. They actually went over for us. I hope you guys can send them lots of love. I will hook up your teachers, and because they worked really hard to put together their presentations. Thanks for watching. If you want to learn more about Mexican culture, we're having more shows next week on the GeoShow, and we'll have plenty more time for questions and answers then. And we'll take you to some other places. So until next time, guys, you've been watching. Who are we?
GeoShow.
GeoShow.
All right, bye guys.